When I'm doing these things, normally these talks, I'm doing it for the young people, those who are just about to finish their high school, writing their high school education, those who have just finished at the university. So I try to share some wisdom with them, for them to understand that there's something that I discovered myself in my life. And I discovered it when I was at the age of 40. And that was very, very too late. And I think if I can share what I discovered after when I reached the age of 40 to someone who's finishing high school today, I think I will be doing them a very big favor. You know, what I've discovered is that most especially we Africans, our heads, they start opening up very late. You know, unlike the Westerners, their heads, they open up very early in their ages. But us, we open up very late. So we end up, you know, by the time we are waking up from our slumber, it's too late, you know. And you find that, like for myself, for my head to open up at 40, since I was 40, now it's 15 years. Now in 15 years to recover what I've lost for the past 20 or 30 years, it's not easy, you know, guys. So somebody who's finishing from high school right now, having the right tools can find life very easy. In our days, it was not as easy as it is today, that you can be anything you want. In today's time, you can be anything you want at any time, without any hindrances, you know. But most of the young people are busy focusing their time on the wrong things. In Malawi, many of the young people are focusing very much on politics. So if you look at our pages, you know, like on Facebook, a lot of the stuff that is being discussed by the young people is politics. I mean, the other day when I did a video showing the roadworks in town, some of the people that were attacking me are young people. When you check on their profiles, you find that this young man just graduated from the university. I mean, the guy has got a degree. But you look at the mindset, you feel sorry, really. You feel sorry. You know? You feel sorry that a young person can be able to argue in that manner, really. It doesn't make sense. Me, I fail to understand, guys. I belong to many groups for many countries. I belong to groups like South Africa, more especially South Africa. I belong to many groups there. I belong to groups from Tanzania, Rwanda, and whatever. But, guys, our friends are not sitting down and discussing politics. Our friends are discussing progress, you know, in their lives, how to start business, how to maintain a business, how to grow a business. But in Malawi, we are busy talking politics. Right now, young people who have just graduated from university, they're debating on which party is going to win in 2024. Hey, guys, I feel very sorry. I feel very sorry. Why am I feeling very sorry? I was just telling my daughter, I said, I wish I would be able to swap like with my son. My son is 24 years of age. If it was possible to swap, I would have given him my years and said, okay, you be 55 and I be 24 today. If it was possible for me to swap and be 24 years today, and I know what I know today, by the time I reach my age, I will be a billionaire. Definitely, I can be a billionaire. Because to tell you the truth, this is the best time that any human being has ever lived. This is the best time that any human being has ever lived. And once this time passes, there will never be, on earth, there will never be time like this time. To say the truth, we are talking about starting from millennium, 2000, by the year 2000, and maybe even below that, From then, let's just start from 2000. From 2000 to this time. And as we are going on further, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I don't think this honeymoon we are enjoying now on earth is going to go on like this. If you look at history, there are times when things are so difficult on earth, and if you look at it, I mean, like people who have lived beyond the 1900s, they must have lived a very difficult life. There was a lot of things happening. There was slavery, there was World War, there was a lot of things that happened. And then came a generation of people who fought to get rid of these things. There's a generation of people that came and fought to fight against slavery, came to fight against wars, and rebuilt the United Nations, and brought in democracy. They brought in peace. And then the world suddenly could be able to experience peace. And the peace at this moment has reached at its peak. Although there's wars, but Earth is experiencing peace, and it's at its peak. Opportunities on Earth are at its peak. After this period, you will never get this opportunity again. Although people are being very positive about it, you will never, because you must remember climate change is getting worse and worse. So in a few years, it's no longer going to be, you're no longer going to make money out of YouTube in a few years. You're no longer going to make money just twerking on TikTok anymore. You're not going to make money just sharing stupid videos on Instagram anymore. This is the best time. This is the time you can be able to have that opportunity. And if you miss this opportunity, I'm telling you, you will regret. Very soon it's going to go. You can actually see how the world is going, and you can see how the world was devastated with the corona. You can see what's going on there. Russia is fighting Ukraine. Very soon it might be World War or something. Anything could happen. Very soon the world is going to be split into two groupings. We are going to go into a world of groupings, my guys. So, a young person, if you are growing up now, if you had ever had an ambition to achieve something in your life, this is the time. If you don't use this time, I am sorry. Look at me. I am very sorry. I don't know if I'm running out of network now or airtime. I hope that I've got enough airtime. But I wanted to speak to the young people right now. I know it's very difficult to listen to somebody who's speaking the truth. Nowadays, what has happened, we have heard things like, what can I say? The internet is playing a big role in manipulating our young people's minds to a point where I can tell them today that this is no longer salt, this is sugar. They will believe it. That's the generation we are living today. If you can just work hard to convince them that this is not salt, and this is sugar, they will start believing that this is sugar. If I can tell them that if you drink this salt can give you a lot of wisdom, and you can become smarter and you become rich, they will believe me. That's the generation of today. Reality doesn't mean anything to them anymore. Reality doesn't mean anything to the young generation of today. That's why they're easily manipulated when it comes to politics. That's why they're being manipulated to focus on putting much of attention into politics. And the politicians, they use the youth, in left, right, center, because the youth today don't think anymore. They don't have brains anymore, and that's a fact. Whether they go to university or they don't go to university, they have no brains anymore. Because they believe in things that are not real. They think they can just make money from nothing. They think they can make money without working hard. They think they don't have to sit and think anymore. They think that they don't have to spend hours and hours building their future. I am old school. I believe that if you want to achieve something, you need to work for it. You need to empower yourself with knowledge. I believe that nothing comes easy. I know that if it comes easy, it is going to go easy. It's called easy come, easy go. But the youth today, they don't believe that. And you find many of them, they're complaining, I'm failing to do business because I don't have capital. We are not being supported. The youth are not to be supported. But today you got the phone. Today, right now, people who have got TV stations are not making money anymore. Right now, the post office doesn't make money anymore. You see, the post office is dead. No more. I don't remember the last time I was reading a letter. I can't remember. Even myself, I don't buy newspaper. I don't watch TV. I don't even remember the last time I watched TV, but I'm very updated. I know what's going on in the world because of the phone. Today I'm going to talk to the youth, and I'm not going to, I don't like to sugarcoat. I like to speak straight, you know. I don't like to sugarcoat. I like to, when I talk, I like to talk straight. I'm an honest guy, so I don't like lying, you know. So I like to tell the truth. The way things are. If you are 19 years of age today, between 19 and the age of 35, I remember Joab, when he came to invite me, to interview me, he said, Ted, you are a very rude guy. You were saying that if a person is 19 years of age and up to the age of 35, they shouldn't be complaining about anything today. And I said to him, that's true. Nobody at the age of 19 to up to age 35 should ever complain about anything about them failing to be successful. Today you're living in the age that anybody, even a person who's coming from the village, I'm witnessing people from the village who are using their phone, Android phone, to learn more about agriculture systems, to learn how to fix bicycles, and to learn all those kind of things. Today is no longer a time that one can give any excuses to say, I'm struggling because I don't have resources or whatsoever. No, you are failing and you are struggling because you are lazy. I must be straightforward. You are lazy, you're mixing with the wrong crowd, they are putting so much negativity in your head, and that is why you are struggling today. And I've been saying these things ever since I came back from South Africa from 2011. I've been talking about these same things. It's only that today, when I speak the same thing, it's very difficult for anybody to find meaning in it, because now maybe they're looking at who I am today, and then they're saying, you know, he's talking like this because of, maybe it's because he's running a business or whatsoever. But those days, I'm sure many people were getting inspired because they saw somebody who was struggling and talking positive stories and struggling. In fact, it is because I have maintained the mindset that says we are living in the best time ever. I thank God to be alive today. I remember I had so many of my friends when I grew up as a young person, and many of my friends, they died at a very young age. May their souls rest in peace. Most of my friends, they died before the cell phone even came. You know, most of them, they don't even know that they will never even have the opportunity to know that there's Facebook and there's YouTube. They never had that opportunity. They are all gone. But unfortunately enough, I was given the opportunity to live up to the age of 55, and I have come to experience what this life really. This is the best time any human being has ever lived on the Mother Earth. This is the best time. And if you cannot be able to use this time positively, you have got a sick mind. You failing to understand what's going on. And it's a pity, and I feel sorry for you. Because you can be in the village now, you can be in Ilikoma now, and within a year you'll be making a lot of money just because of an Android phone. And I know many people are thinking, but how can that be possible? You can be having your phone now. By the end of this year, you can be a mechanic fixing cars. You can have your phone now. End of this year, you'll be able to fix TVs. You can be having a phone now, and the end of next year, you can be an electrician. And that's a fact, I'm telling you. Everything that I know, the tiling, the plumbing, the cabinet making, I've learned it online. And that's what I've done. I've learned it online. I never went to university, I never went to college, I never went to any place to study what I'm doing now. I've learned it through my phone, and I keep on learning. Every day I'm learning. But you find a lot of young people, they are always complaining, we don't have this, we don't have opportunity. And they're complaining on the phone. When you talk about, go and learn on YouTube, where will we get the bundles, the data? But he's writing from the phone, or he's able to read my message on Facebook, and he's telling me he's failing to study or to learn to teach himself because he doesn't have bundles, because bundles are expensive. How are you being found on Facebook if you don't have bundles? What kind of excuse is that? That's silly excuses. No, it's because we're living in the poorest country in the world. We don't have resources like the kids in South Africa. I'm telling you, there's youth in South Africa who are struggling now in a country that is floating with opportunities. One of them is my son. He's struggling in South Africa. He was born there. He was born there. He has got the papers to live in the country. And he started in Malawi. He lived in Malawi for 2 years. Imagine. But he goes back to South Africa and he said, I can't get a job. It's daddy, this time is not like your time. It's difficult to get a job today. I said, no. You are being lazy. You are being lazy, and you are not also thinking in your head. You're not thinking smart. You have to be smart. South Africa is the easiest country for anybody else to get a job. Very, very easy. If I can go back to South Africa tomorrow, it won't be a month, I'll be in a job. And it will be a good job. I'll be in a job, it won't be a month. Because I know how to get a job there. It's very, very easy to get a job there than here in Malawi. Because there, they don't worry about your papers. They worry about your experience. So, even if you don't have that much experience, you can start in a company, you can start from the bottom, and you can grow very, very, very fast, which is so difficult to do it in this side. But that side is very easy. So there are young people who are there in South Africa right now struggling, and they're complaining about they can't start a business, they can't get a job right now. But while a Malawian can live today and get there and be able to get a job very, very easily. And the same thing is here in Malawi. Lots of opportunities, but young people are just keeping on complaining every single day. Guys, I feel very, very, very sorry, because one of the days when you grow up and you reach my age, you're going to realize that you really wasted your time. And you're going to believe me that when I say there's a lot of opportunities. I can tell you something that happened last week. My son called my daughter and she was asking her, what are your plans for the future? So she told him that Dad wants me to work in his company, but he also says that before I will work with him for up to 19, then at the age of 19, I will go and study. I must go and learn about the workshop, like do boiler maker. So she will learn welding, all styles of welding. She will learn all machines, operate milling machine, plasma cutter. She will learn lathe machine and all those kind of things, because I want my daughter to have skills. And then he said, so where are you going to study these things? She said, no, I'm going to maybe come to South Africa to study. So he said to her, I know Dad wants everything good for you, but what I can advise you is please speak to your dad and say you mustn't come here in South Africa. So she said, why shouldn't I come? He said, don't come here in South Africa, because South Africa is not going to be good for you. Look at me. I came here at the age of 19. I was not ready to come to South Africa. And then she was telling me this thing, that my brother is telling me I shouldn't go to study in South Africa. Maybe I must study in any other country. Maybe I must go to Europe, or I must go to Asia and study, but not South Africa. Because South Africa is not going to be good for me. Because look at him, what is happening to his life. And he said to me, I would rather, because he came young, and he said to her, if you come here, there's just too much freedom. And then at the end of the day, you might end up doing bad things. So, when she told me this, I said, but when he was going, I actually said the same thing, that, one guy is going to South Africa, but he's not ready. At 19 years of age, the way I saw him, the way he was behaving, his mentality, he was not ready. But, he insisted to go, and his mom also said, let him give him a chance to go. But me, I told him, I'm taking him back to South Africa, but I'm not happy he's not ready. And he went there, and indeed he wasn't ready. And I told him that you are not ready to go back to South Africa. Today, he's the one who said that I was not ready. So he's agreeing to what I was saying. So I was saying to myself, if he is able to see what the damage has happened to him going to South Africa at a very young age and experience the freedom, why is it so difficult now for him if he can be able to give advice to somebody else? Why can't he give advice to himself? And I believe that this is what is happening to many of the young people. They are at a position where no matter how I can come here and preach every single day and talk about how they can empower themselves, how they can pave a better future for themselves, it will never work. Many of them, they look at me and they just think like, Kwerepeta just makes too much noise on Facebook. Kwerepeta is just showing off. There's so many names that I'm being given out there. But one day, you will go back to these videos if you are going to be able to do it. Or one day you will remember and say, but there used to be a certain man by the name of Ted Kwerepeta. He used to talk to us about these things. Today, I have realized and understood what he meant. And that time, you will be 60 years of age. You will be 60 years of age. You will be regretting. What you must understand is, when you reach the age of 60, going upwards, I call it the period of regret. Because that is the time when you sit down and you start reflecting about your life. At the age of 19, 25, 30, 35, 40, you don't have time to reflect on your life. That's why, like for me, I figured it out much quickly. I was at the age of 40, I started reflecting on my life. I sat on my 40th birthday, started asking myself questions. I've been here in South Africa close to 15 years now. What have I achieved? Over the 15 years, what have I achieved? Okay, I am now 40 years of age. What have I achieved in my life? I discovered that at that age, I didn't even have a house in Malawi. I had a house in South Africa, which was an RDP house, which basically, for me, I wouldn't have claimed that house to be mine, because the future, we never know what the future would have brought me. But I come to realize that over the past 40 years that I had lived on earth, I had not really achieved anything. I had managed to work for big companies, but I had nothing. So I said to myself, now I'm 40, to reach 50 is 10 years. To reach 60 is 20 years. Looking back at how fast the 15 years had gone that I lived in South Africa, I could see myself seeing the 15 years just flowing like this, and suddenly I'll be 55. And now it's 15 years already. It's almost 15 years now. So it's almost 15 years. I'm saying it's 15 years, I'm 55, it's 15 years now. Now I sit down and look back over the 15 years that I've passed. What have I achieved? I've achieved so much. I've got a house, I've got a workshop, I've got a vehicle that I use for my business, I've got a cow in my home village, I've got a plot in Blantyre, and things are just getting better and better and better. So I had to sit down and say, but since I have spent my 40 years on earth and I don't have anything, how can I fast track, how can I make progress very quickly so that when I reach 60, I should be able to sit down and reflect and look back again for the past 20 years and say, I was late, but I woke up at the age of 40 and I managed to fast track my progress, and indeed I have achieved this. I've got a house where I can sit down and say that I've got my own house. I've got a business outside that I can say is giving me some money. I've got maybe a plot where I've built a house for myself and people are actually renting in. I've got cows that I've multiplied to a certain number of cows. And I've got a farm, which I'm sure I might, by the time I'm reaching 60, I might even have my own farm. I've got a farm. But how can this happen in a short period of time like this? It happened because I'm living in the best time that any human being has ever lived on earth. This is the best time that any human being has ever lived on earth. Right now, I'm sitting here and talking to people. This video that I'm doing is going to be seen by a lot of people. And I'm able to do that. I'm having my own TV station that people can be watching what I'm doing. I'm actually taking away airtime for NBC TV, for Zodiac TV, and all the other TV stations. Instead of people sitting down and watching those TVs, they're watching me. Imagine. So I'm actually having my own audience. Right now, I'm able to have a YouTube channel and be able to be seen all over the world. People in America, people in Nigeria, people in Uganda. I mean, in those days when we grew up, I mean, like when my father was a big man, then he was my father at that time. He couldn't be able to be known all over the world just like the way I am being known today. This is the best time that any human being has ever lived. Any human being. It doesn't matter what age you are. You can be at the age of 55, you can be at the age of 60, you can be at the age of 19, you can be at the age of 16. In this time, there are 16-year-olds who are already multimillionaires because of the phone. Yeah? This is what is happening now. It's so crazy. Imagine, who could have thought that somebody can just take a camera and start dancing and make money? Who could have thought that? Who could have thought that somebody can take a camera and every day and eats a lot of food, finish a big plate and people watch and he makes money out of that? Who could have thought that somebody can just sit with a camera and start gossiping about some other people and make money? Who could have thought about that? This is the best time that the human beings have ever lived. So if you are not able to see it, I'm sorry. There's nobody who will ever be able to convince you. If you are not able to see it, there's nobody who can be able to convince you. Today I was tidying my room. I learned it from the phone. I've been to the bathroom that I was tidying, the plumbing, the bathtub that I installed there, I learned it from the phone. So the phone has become the most important tool that any human being can ever have today. I'm sorry. Okay, somebody's sending me a message from Messenger. Okay. Hello, boss. I hope you and your family are well. I just want to say that I have been inspired so much by your videos. After seeing that you are finishing your house while living there, I also embarked on a similar journey. I started building my own house. Now I am staying there with my family. The house is yet to be finished. We will do the rest of the work while we're there. This is our first month living rent-free. Keep up the good work, brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. I am so happy and inspired. I know you always, you service me when I come to your work and stuff like that. I appreciate, and we talked about this, and remember you were asking me about the cement block machine. I'm happy that you've built your house and you've moved in. Me and my family, we've been living in a house that's not finished. And I know many people, if they can see the conditions that we have been living, they will never believe, But we don't care because we know what we want to achieve in life. We know what the future is going to bring us. One day we're going to live in a nice house. We're going to sit in front of the fireplace and watch TV and relax. And we know that if we can have this dream and think that there will be a time when we have money to finish our house, that time will never come. But the little money that we have, we can always progress slowly but surely. So the best progress in a country like our country is slow progress. If you are waiting for that fast progress, the fly-by-night achievements, you will never be able to achieve anything. So thank you very much for sending me this message. I really appreciate it. I wish you all the best, you and your family, and I wish that you finish your house much quicker. You know what? I'm always there, available. If you want me to come and share some ideas, I'm willing to come anytime. Thank you very much. Yes, so this is what I'm talking about, that there are so many people who are understanding that we are living in the best time ever. Human being has ever, no other human being has never achieved or processed so much information that a human being that is growing up today is processing. You and I are processing so much information that somebody in the 1940s has never processed in their entire life. You can just imagine. And some of them, they're even processing a lot of information. Like for me, I'm absorbing so much information from morning, midnight, 12 midnight to the next midnight. I am I'm in the process of absorbing a lot of information. And this is happening because I'm living in the best time that any human being has ever lived. This is the best time that any human being has ever lived on earth. This time, somebody can decide that the next election he would like to be president. This time, with the phone, a person can become a president very easily today. This time, a person can say, I want to be, in the next 15 years, I want to be a billionaire. And you can be a billionaire. Yeah? Because all the information that you need, all the tools that you need, they are in your phone. I know somebody is thinking, but Ted must be crazy. How can he say that a phone can be something that can help me to become a president of a country? And there's been people out there who have made it using the phone. Yeah? They've done campaigns, made the people to know them and other stuff using the phone. There's a young man, Andrew Tate. He has become the most Googled person on earth within 2 years. Within 2 years, he became the most Googled person on earth. The metrics are busy after him. Yeah? Because of the phone. The phone can make you, right now, you can make a decision today and say, by the end of 3 years, I want to be traveling the whole world. And it's going to happen because of the phone. Yeah? I am going to start traveling myself very soon because of the phone. So, guys, sit down. Young people, I know people of my age, they're thinking, Gweribeta is crazy, is mad, and something like that. I'm not worried about you guys. I'm worried about the young people. I'm worried about the young people because they're going to miss out on an opportunity that is there right on their nose. They're going to miss out. And one day they're going to regret and say, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that. I wish I had listened to that madman, Mr. Gweribeta. Guys, so yeah, and then how was it easy? I know somebody can ask me and say, Ted, so where do I start? I have got my university degree. I just finished from university. I'm looking for a job. I can't get a job. Oh yes, for God's sake, you'll never get a job. Oh, you get a job, but I don't know when. But it's not going to be easy. Because if you look at the way Malawi is, we have got about almost 20 million people. Out of the 20 million, 70% of the people, not even 70, we can say about 80 to 90, close to 90% of the people will be self-employed. Meaning that the jobs that are available in Malawi can only service maybe maybe 1% of the population. So imagine the number of young children who are graduating every year, getting their degrees from the Polytechnic or Chancellor College or whatever university. Those number of students are multiplying every year. But put them together, the jobs that are available can only service 1% of those people. So, unless you are going to be one of the 1%, but otherwise, how are you gonna just hang your paper on the wall and wait until the job finds you one day? Sorry. I mean, that's why you went to school and to study to get that paper, so that you can open up your head, so that you can be able to think outside the box and you start doing something. You start doing something. You use your phone to your advantage. Instead of using that hours, I just shared one of the video that Vusi Tembogwa is talking. He's talking about time, trading time with money, something like that. You use your time that you spend to go and browse on Mikosi group, or the time that you're spending to go and fight with those guys from Zambia Scorpio, or to go on Facebook to campaign for the politicians, doing your politics, talking your politics. You can use that time wisely to learn. I mean, if you're saying that you don't have bundles, I mean, Google is the same as Facebook. So if you go on Google and you search something, it will give you things for you to read. You don't have to watch videos, because maybe you will say, the bundles, I don't have bundles to watch videos. No, you can go there and be able to read, get information. Type anything you want to learn. For the first thing that you need to do is, okay, I've got my degree. I want to start a business. Now, the first thing you're going to start is how to start a business. How to start a business. What do I need to start a business? You start doing your homework. You are going to see there all the information that you need for you to start a business. And then you go and ask more questions like, how do I formulate myself a business plan? There is information online that will teach you how to do a business plan. Okay, what kind of books can I read to inspire me in my journey of starting a business? There are so many books. You see, there will be Donald Trump's books, there will be Zig Ziglar's books, there will be lots of books. I've shared videos of the collection of books that I have. You get that books and you start reading. Your friends are going to laugh at you, obviously. I've been laughed at so many times. They will laugh at you for being a book nerd. Somebody who sits at home and read books. Somebody who goes to the library and read books. Somebody who spends time on the phone gaining information. They will laugh at you. You know, but you continue. Then you start searching. Okay, you find what kind of business can I do in Malawi. You start searching what kind of problems does Malawi have. Then you start listing the problems that Malawi has. Which of the problems can I be able to solve? Then you find the problems that you can be able to solve, and then you start figuring out how am I going to solve these problems. You use Facebook to market your business. You use Facebook for people to know about you. You use Facebook as a platform, as a store for you to sell your product or sell yourself, you know. Then you also look at mentors. Which people can I be following, you know, to mentor me through the journey that I'm going to go? It doesn't have to be a Malawian. It doesn't have to be some kind of a person from other country. It can even be also somebody online. It can be who? It can be Gary Vaynerchuk. It can be Vusi Tembakwayo. So you start following these guys to learn the information that they give. Don't be like so many other people who hate motivational speakers. Embrace motivational speakers. Most of them are just like a signpost. You know, when you're going to Blantyre, you're going to find a signpost that is going to tell you to go to Blantyre. There are so many kilometers. And that signpost will never be in Blantyre, but it's going to give you the information of how you can get to Blantyre. So motivational speakers are the same. They are the signposts that helps you to find your way so that you can start a business. Don't join this bandwagon where people point fingers at motivational speakers. Don't hate motivational speakers. Love them, embrace them, and then your journey going to start a business is going to be realized. You know what? Once you spend hours and hours and hours reading and researching and doing all those things, suddenly your mind opens up. Suddenly you understand how things work, and suddenly everything becomes very easy. So guys, that's what I wanted to do. I was greeting the young people. I know they get angry with me, they don't like me, but I'll keep on doing it. And the good thing is, it's not only the young people from Malawi who are following me. There's young people from South Africa, young people from all over Africa. So yeah, but mainly my focus is always with our young people from Malawi, you know, trying to give them the motivation that you never give up, you know. Don't run whenever you hear that they are taking, you hear that the government is taking some young people to go and do this, then you find there's a big crowd of people there. No, you say, you can go there. Me, I'm on a mission. I want to start my own business. And then if you want me to help you, how you can start your business, feel free to come here. Sit down with me here. I'm going to be able to share the information with you. I'm going to share the knowledge with you. I am not a person who hides information, who hides knowledge. Me, I want to spread the knowledge so that when I leave this continent, this earth, the day that I leave this earth, at least I know I have done my job. The job that I was assigned to do, I have done it. So, yeah, it's up to you. If you don't want to do it, right now there are people from South Africa who are coming to me on WhatsApp. We're doing a lot of things together. I'm sharing information, sharing knowledge, and I should be doing this. I used to do it when I was in South Africa, and I had to quit to come here. And I remember one of my business partners there, she asked me, she said, "Ted, why are you going back to Malawi? South Africa here has given you everything." I said, "No, I need to go back to Malawi. I need to give back to my own people. I need to share this thing that I've known to people from my own country, the young people. I need to inspire them, you know." So this is what I'm doing. If you have got somebody, you have got a group of young people who are doing business, talking about business or doing business, you need me to come and inspire you, invite me, I'll come. Last week, I think 2 weeks ago, I was invited at Golden Peacock. I went there to share my experience, and I was so happy. I mean, for me to be able to do it. So I'm always willing to do these things, guys. So, and most of the times, I mean, I'm prepared to do it for free, at least for now. I'm prepared to do it for free. Okay, let's see, what was the message now? Do I have any other message? I do get a lot of messages that comes inbox. You know, people showing appreciation. Let's see. So today I was trying to talk about vision. So what is vision? Vision is when you sit down and say to yourself, or ask yourself questions like, where am I going? Where am I coming from? Where am I going? Where do I want to be? In the next 10 years, who do I want to be? And where do I want to be? Many of the people don't have the time to think of things like this. They don't have the time to reflect on that. So they just live. I think we have got some sayings in our country which we say. We are saying, so we are not prepared to think about the future because we think that the future is going to sort itself. But to tell you the truth, the future will never sort itself. If you are banking on the fact that the future is going to sort itself, it means you're gambling. So when you gamble, the chances of you winning are always very, very minimal. Yes, you might get lucky and win a jackpot sometime, but not always that you're going to win a jackpot. So if you're going to leave your future to chance, hey, I'm telling you that would be a very bad decision. I was doing a live today. I showed you I was doing my tiling, and I had some tiles. Those tiles were bought in South Africa in 2010. That was in the beginning of 2010. That's when I bought those tiles. But I bought them knowing that one day I'm going to go back home and I'm going to use these tiles. Today it's almost 15 years. It's 15 years later. 13 years later, here I was working with those tiles today. So there was a vision there. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew where I was going. I knew that one day I might have a house. So I was buying those tiles and storing them. So there was not even any indication that I would be able to ever have a house in the future. But because I believed, because I had a vision, I was able to achieve it. So when you have a vision, it means that you are able to see the future. When you have a vision, it means that you have faith. Now, as we know, the meaning of faith is that faith is the confirmation of things not seen. So when you confirm something that it will happen, but you haven't even seen it, it means you have got faith. So many people don't even have faith. So vision and faith, they go together. You cannot have a vision and be able to pursue your vision if you don't have faith. Because if you don't believe that it will ever happen, how are you going to be able to pursue your vision? So in pursuit of happiness, there has to be a vision. But also the fuel for that vision should be faith. So if you don't have faith, then we have a problem. So what is faith? Like I said, faith is the confirmation of things not seen. You know, when you are saying, I think I'm going to Blantyre and I know that when I go there, I'm going to be able to achieve this, or I'm going to be able to get this. But that thing is not there, but you believe that when you go there, it's going to happen. It means you have got faith. Not many people are living a life full of faith at this moment. That is why for me, I'm saying, regardless of the progress that we are making in our country, one of these days, Malawi is going to be a better country. Because the little progress we are making, to me, is an indication that we are going somewhere. We are not moving backwards. We are moving forward. The only thing that's happening is we are moving at a very slow pace. So regardless of the speed that we're going, one day we'll be there. Even for me, I'm able to understand that because the way I've been building my house, I've been living in this house, living a very low-profile life. For now, it's almost like 7 years we're living a low-profile life. But we know that one of these days, our house will be finished. There was a time when it used to rain and we used to crowd ourselves on a corner because the whole house was full of water. Our stuff used to get damaged with the rain. But now, when it's raining, we actually sleep peacefully because the sound of the rain makes us feel much more comfortable. Okay? But still, we're still not very much secured. We are building the house little by little. We need to have a proper bathroom. We need to have a proper toilet. But this thing is going to happen very, very soon. And because we got faith, we know it's going to happen. Because we've got a vision. We have got a goal that we want to achieve. So our eyes are on the ball to achieve the goal that we want to achieve. So, sorry guys, I'm very passionate, so I use my hands and do all these kind of things. I'm a passionate guy. So yeah, so that's why I would like the young people, if one young person can actually listen to what I'm saying and pick up something and change their lives, it means I have succeeded. One person, just one Malawian, I just need that one young Malawian who will listen to this and get inspired and change their lives. I will be very happy because that means my mission will have been achieved. So guys, thank you very much for this live. I need to go on. I'm busy editing a video. I'm doing a very interesting video. It's about a farmer from South Africa, and me and my wife, we reacted to his video. So it's going to be a very interesting video. So please watch. We will be doing a lot of reaction videos where we will react on the achievements that African people are achieving on the continent. So I'm a messenger of hope. I will never be able to sit here and spread a message of doom. I'll always spread a message of hope. So whenever you're going to click on the phone and watch me, you must expect that I'll be talking about hope, instilling hope in the youth, in the African youth. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. See you again when I come live.